review video Impact Wrestling on Spike TV is about to kick off. But before I get to that, I want to remind you all to check out the link in the description. Help me out, Jake the Snake Roberts, getting the 2014 WWE Royal Rumble. He really deserves it. That's everything he's gone through. But it is now time for the Impact Wrestling to kick off. We got Full Metal Mayhem. We have a knockout number one contenders triple threat, I believe it is. We got a lot of things going on tonight. The return of a world champion, a former world champion to TNA Wrestling. A lot of people are claiming that they believe it's Adam Pac-Man Jones. But I have a feeling that it is the King of the Mountain making its return to Impact Wrestling. Just my opinion. I believe Jeff Jarrett is on his way back to Impact Wrestling tonight. After they released Hulk Hogan, I believe Jeff Jarrett is back in charge, and he's about to take over the show once again. And have somewhat of a feud with Dixie Carter. But the World Title Tournament will kick off tonight after AJ Styles took the original World Championship on the road. He's storyline wise gone from Impact Wrestling and has taken the world title around the world to Mexico, Japan, and a few other places. He's already defended it once against the former Judas Macias in Mexico, and he, I guess, is prepared to defend it around the world. But Impact Wrestling must come up with a new champion to represent them on television. So tonight is the beginning. Full Metal Mayhem, the first match of the World Title Tournament. Jeff Hardy and Chris Sabin. We kick off tonight with the main event Mafia finally in full force. Sting leads the charge along with Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Magnus. They all come to the ring in suits except for Angle. And Sting claims that it is now time, after months of fighting the Aces and Eights and finally keeping them at bay. He says it's time for they have voted and decided that it is time for the main event Mafia to disband once again. They three out of four of the members of the Mafia are in the main event, are in the title tournament for the World Championship. Samoa Joe takes on Magnus. Kurt Angle takes on Austin Aries. That match, Aries and Angle, is next week. But Sting says that he has other things he has to do, including removing this sense of entitlement that some seem to have in the locker room. He didn't name names, but he did walk off and leave the Mafia in the ring. Joe and Magnus both claim that they will be the next world champion, and each walk off, and eventually it comes down to Kurt Angle in the ring by himself. Angle says that he's on a road to redemption, and that last week the doctors told him he shouldn't wrestle, but he decided to do it anyway. But he is now seeing his own personal physician, and he was about to give an update on that until Bobby Roode comes out and says that he should just go ahead and admit it, that Roode's already beat him twice in 2 nights back to back, and that Roode will do it again when they meet in the title tournament. If they meet in the title tournament finals, that is, Roode will face Storm before that. But Angle says that he's right, that it's a very good point, or good assumption, that they'll face each other in the tournament finals, but he doesn't want to wait, and attacks and jumps Bobby Roode, leading to referees coming out to break it up. Angle breaks loose and spills Wood to the ground, to the mat, and gets on him as we slaps us a triangle headlock on Wood as we go commercial break. A very high, highly emotional uh, start to Impact Wrestling. But before all that happened, I forgot to mention, they did show Pac-Man Jones coming to the arena with Dixie Carter. They passed uh, Mr. Anderson, and Dixie tried to make Anderson leave because apparently he's not under contract. Anderson says all he wants tonight is a one-on-one match with Bully Ray, and apparently it looks like Dixie Carter's going to give it to him, but she said he better take it to the leader of the main event, the leader of the Aces and Eights, and he says he intends to do that tonight. A lot of things happening on Impact Wrestling. The new regime taking over from Hulk Hogan, from the Hulk Hogan Eric Bischoff regime. The new Impact Wrestling is about to kick off. So let's get back to the show. We come back to Impact Wrestling where Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode are still. Kurt Angle's in the middle of the ring, sitting in a chair, calling out, saying he's not going to leave till Bobby Roode comes out, faces him once again. Bobby comes out, and they end up into a brawl until the wrestlers and security once again come out and break them up. After they'll finally split up after a couple times of getting back at it, Angle is finally pulled out by Samoa Joe and Magnus, while Bad Influence hold back Bobby Roode in the ring. After Roode and Angle both leave, Bad Influence gets into an argument with DeQuinn Johnson, I believe his name is, and Pac-Man Jones, who the two Cincinnati Bengals players, sitting in the front row. Bad Influence get into an argument with them. They end up shoving it. Bad Influence ends up shoving them, which brings them over the well, and they end up hitting a pair of full body slams on Bad Influence. Embarrassing because the toy is KAC and the Sultan of Swing, and sending them back to the locker room as Pac-Man Jones and his fellow Bengals team member celebrate in the middle of the ring. But coming up next is we get before that after the Bengals incident, we see Jeff Hardy and the X Division champion Chris Sabin make their way into the arena, preparing for the Full Metal Mayhem main event match tonight as part of the World Title Tournament. We then see backstage Brooke Tessmacher, ODB, and Velvet Sky preparing for a triple threat number one contenders match for the Knockouts Championship. It's coming up next. Who's gonna win? I'm thinking it's gonna be Velvet, but it could end up being ODB. But I'm hoping it's Velvet, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's coming up next, so let's see how it turns out. We return to Impact Wrestling with the triple threat number one contenders match for the Knockouts Championship. Velvet Sky, ODB, and Brooke Tessmacher of the Aces and Eights. They have a very good match that sees Gail Kim, the current reigning defending Knockouts champion, and her bodyguard, Lady Topper, come down the ramp halfway through. Just what it looked like. Velvet Sky was about to hit the in your face for the win on Brooke Tessmacher. Gail Kim jumps in and attacks Velvet from behind, leading to the match being thrown out by the referee. Gail then orders Lady Topper to take out Brooke Tessmacher, which she does with a choke slam, I believe. She picked her up in a fireman's carry and it hit. What to me looked like uh, like a KO maneuver, uh, TKO maneuver, a fireman's carry TKO. Uh, ODB tried to stand up to uh, Tampa, but was unsuccessful after taking out ODB. After Tampa took out ODB, Gil Kim got on the microphone and said that uh, there's no more competition left for her in TNA wrestling. She's already beaten every uh, Impact knockout on the roster. So now she is calling out anyone outside of Impact Wrestling, any female wrestler outside of Impact Wrestling, to try to take or try to beat her in a one-on-one match. And if they do, they will get a TNA World Title, a TNA Knockouts Championship match uh, against her for the Knockouts title. Big, big impactful maneuver, but big impactful statement by Gil Kim and big impactful move by TNA Wrestling, possibly bringing in more uh, knockouts, more or possibly bringing back former knockouts such as Angelina Love and a lot of others who have left the company after the Hulk Hogan regime took over. But I can't wait to see where this goes and who comes in to challenge Gil Kim for that title, bringing, bringing a lot more prestige and attention to the Knockouts division, which was sorely missing during the Hulk Hogan regime. But it's time to get back to Impact Wrestling, see how things progress going into the second hour. We come back to Impact Wrestling where we see a video package documenting AJ Styles' win in Mexico AAA at the AAA promotion, the biggest promotion in Mexico, where he defeated Juice Messias, defending his TNA World Championship. It said it was paid for by the friends of AJ Styles. Does that mean he's coming back with friends, quote unquote, to take out the Dixie Carter regime? I don't know, but what I failed to mention before was during one of the segments, during sometime in this last hour, I can't remember when, Anderson ran into Bischoff and Nux of the Aces and Eights, the only two of the only four members left of the Aces and Eights, Knox and Bischoff, Nux and Bischoff. Henderson ran into him on the staircase and basically said that it's time for the Aces and Eights for them to leave Aces and Eights just like he did, warning them that Bully Ray has lost complete control of his mental faculties, or that he's on a power ship or whatever, and telling them they should get out of the club just like he did. Just now, we saw backstage Bischoff and Nux were talking about what Anderson told them, or what Anderson said to them when Bully Ray came in and basically tried to calm the waters, calm the fires, and tried to bring the club back together. But Bischoff and Nux were not listening, and Nux stepped up and said that tonight they will have a vote for the first time in the last, what they said a year, but the first time in a long time they're actually going to have a club vote involving Nux, Bischoff, Bully, and Taz. Not sure what that vote's going to be on. I'm assuming whether or not Bully will continue as the leader, but that should be interesting later tonight to find out how that turns out. But we still have more Impact, so let's get back to the show. All four members of the Aces and Eights come to the ring to make the vote. Apparently apparently the vote was to decide if they were going to stay in the aces and eights. All four, all three, uh, uh, Bischoff, Nux, and Taz all told Bully Ray that they were leaving the club. Bully tried to, uh, Bully is, for his best friend Taz into putting back on the cut, but uh, Taz told him to make him. This was after Nux and, uh, Bischoff had already taken off the cuts and left the wing, uh, and but right before the decisions were made, Ken, Ken, Ken Anderson came out on the the bottom of the ramp, right in front of the wing, and was watching the entire thing. And after Taz decided not to put his coat back on, Bully got upset with Anderson telling him that he's the one that started this whole thing, and Anderson, uh, fired back, saying now that Bully was just upset because now he has no more, uh, foot soldiers to do his bidding for him, and since that is the case, that, that 2 weeks from this day, uh, November 28th, no, yeah, no, I think it's November 28th, I think, but, yeah, November 28th, it's not 2 weeks, but it's 3 weeks, I guess, 3, 4 weeks, I don't know, November 28th, it'll be no disqualifications, Bully Ray 101 with Anderson, uh, after the announcements made, Bully Ray says that for a guy who claims to idolize Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Anderson seems to have forgot the number one rule, and that is don't trust anybody. And that's when, well, he didn't say that, but he forgot the number one rule, and just as Bully says that, Lutz and Bischoff jump Anderson from behind and lay him out for Bully to, whip him with a chain as he screams, "Don't trust anybody." Aces and eights are not splitting up. They're stronger than ever, it seems. Even with those about 4 guys and only 3 actually wrestle. But, Aces and eights seems to not be going anywhere anytime soon. Bully Ray 101 with Anderson, November 28th. I think it's going to be interesting to watch. Me, it's a special turning point edition of Impact Wrestling. But we still got more Impact to go on tonight, so let's see how everything turns out. Earlier that night, uh, when AJ Styles videos played after the commercial, uh, after a commercial break, Dixie Carter was shown backstage on her phone, screaming at someone to not allow that to happen again. And, but, once she got off the phone, her nephew, Ethan Carter III, came into the, office, and she said she's given him the opportunity tonight to pick his own opponent, and that match just happened. He picked, Dewey Barnes, one of the first, one of the men he faced, I believe, his second match in. Apparently Norm Furnham and Dewey Barnes are now, full-fledged Impact Wrestling, roster members, and apparently they're going to be facing Ethan Carter III in singles matches until they decide to give him a real opponent. But, we are at stage after, uh, after EC3 dispatches of Dewey Barnes, we go backstage to, Joseph Park, who's digging through leftover, Halloween candy he apparently collected during Halloween. Uh, when, uh, when Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels, and Kazillion come up and try to bully him into admitting that he is in fact also a Abyss, insinuating that he and Abyss are the same person. He denies it until they start to dump the Halloween candy on his head when Elliot Young comes in, and they end up challenging Bad Influence to a tag team match, which is coming up next. So let's get back and see how it turns out. We come back to Impact Wrestling. Well, Bobby Roode is at the announce table, demanding Kurt Angle come out, but instead we get the tag team match I spoke of before. Bad Influence 1-on-1. Bad, or not 1-on-1, but Bad Influence head to head with Joseph Park and Eric Young. Like Park is gonna get the win, but instead Christopher Daniels uses the apple genie that he comes out with all the time, throws it in Park's face, leading to a roll up by Kazarian for the 1-2-3. Coming up next is the main event of the night: Full Metal Mayhem. Sabin and the X Division champion Chris Sabin 1-on-1 with Jeff Hardy, who moves on in the tournament and moves on to face either Angle or Austin Aries later in the tournament. We're about to find out. The main event is coming up next. The main event match, Full Metal Mayhem, ends in a win for the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy over Chris Sabin. Jeff Hardy moves on in the tournament, but before that, they used I believe they used tables, ladders, and chairs during the match. Jeff Hardy hit a swanton off the corner for the win. But before that, Kurt Angle came out to call out Bobby Roode just as Roode did Angle moments ago, but instead got Austin Aries, who is his first round opponent next week. And Dixie Carter came on the screen to announce via the Wheel of Dixie what the match will be next week, and that match will be a submission match. Kurt Angle 1-on-1 with Austin Aries, who will face Jeff Hardy in the second round. We'll have to wait for next week, but like I said, Jeff Hardy gets the win. Moving on to the second round, who will be the next? Who will be the big crown, the next world champion? We'll have to wait possibly till Turning Point to see the Turning Point edition of Impact Wrestling, which is about 3 or 4 weeks away. But should be interesting to see where this goes, and the development in the storyline with AJ Styles defending the championship all over the world, his championship all over the world. But that's Impact Wrestling. Check out the link in the description. Help me help Jake Roberts in the 2014 WWE Royal Rumble. I'll be back for SmackDown tomorrow and Raw on Monday.